Good Night LA is really cool.
Oh, Heidi Ho, everybody. I just love that song. It is so goofy. Putin on the Ritz. You know, there's another thing that we call Putin around these parts, but oh well. Y'all are listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair. And this is Grammy Mary here on RLM Radio Channel 3. Also on freedomsnetwork.com, and let's see, the RLM Spreaker channel, and a couple other places that Grimmy set us up on, and I don't have a freaking clue because, well, I just don't. You're not here? Don't answer the door, man. Even if it's me, I'm not here. Okay, I got to read this really fast so I can get moving on. Putin on the Ritz and all that fun stuff. This is over here on Fakey Book, and I saw this and I started reading it and I thought, oh, this is a bunch of hooey-ha, and then I went, oh, holy crap. Okay, parents, ask yourself this. Imagine you have 1,000 cupcakes and 1,000 children in front of you. One of the cupcakes is poisoned. Do you still let the children eat the cupcakes? Would you let your child eat a cupcake? Honestly, would you? Now imagine you didn't have a choice. That is mandatory vaccination. Just using one example, 1 out of every 1,000 children have a bad reaction to the rotavirus vaccine. If your kid gets the poisoned cupcake, think about how you would feel if the mom next to you said, oh, well, my son enjoyed his cupcake. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, internet radio and tune in. That's what Grammy just said. Thank you, Grim. You just the bomb. You the bomb. Okay, yeah, I'm also on internet radio and tune in. And Beetle just finally showed up instead of being Mr. Anonymous. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Which reminds me of something else. Oh, you lied? I see how you are. The hell? Damn it all. In any case, earlier today, there was some Mark Passio videos that were being passed around. Passio passed around. And there was one that I really, really enjoyed. It was an interview with him. And normally I do enjoy Mark Passio, but of late he has gotten just a skosh on the cranky side. And so I wanted to get to this before it completely flew out of my head, because just because I have headphones on does not mean it's going to retain the memory. Okay? Because there's other places where it could leak out. As if you really needed to know that. But, and that's one of the places. Two T's. In any case, I noticed that he got just a skosh cranky and was just a skosh rude. And like Hans proposed, possibly it was all for internet radio drama, to get people to come listen, to get people to start conversing. The only thing is, Mark Passio turns off the comments on his vids. So, it's kind of hard to start conversing when you have the comments shut off. But one thing that I wanted to bring up about this, you can have the most amazing plan in the world. You can have the most awesome idea in the world. But if you are a total, absolute condescending ass, nobody's going to want to listen. Nobody's going to want to try it. Nobody's going to want to play along. Okay? So I understand when you get frustrated. I get frustrated too. I get pissed as hell sometimes. And usually I just go outside and I find me some weeds, and every one of those fucking weeds has a name on it. Oops. 8 minutes in, first F-bomb. Damn it all. I really wanted to make it farther than that tonight. But oh well. What I want and what I get sometimes are two completely different things. In any case, we really, really, really need to be careful when we overachiever and, start thinking that we are so wonderful, so awesome, so all-knowing, and that everyone Everyone must do things as we tell them to do. And I'm guilty. That's why I'm saying we, as in not just talking about the little mouse in my pocket. Just because we think we're right doesn't mean we are. Just because we think we have a good idea doesn't mean it is. And just because we want everyone else to follow along doesn't mean they will. People need to make up their own minds. People need to make their own decisions. And just because you are in a position where you can express yourself freely, kind of sort of like I am right now, doesn't mean that you need to be a total asshole. Okay? Just because you can do a thing does not mean you should do a thing. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't either, but we must remember that all these good intentions, even if you think I'm wonderful, I'm marvelous, I know everything, you should listen to me. Just because you think that doesn't mean everyone else will think that. Okay? So, try to remember that there are people in this world that will think you're a total douchebag when you start getting all bossy ass on them. So, try not to be a total douchebag. Okay? Try and be understanding. Try not to build that multiple lane all the way to that really, really warm place where there's lots of smelly brimstone and sulfur and yuck in the air. Lots of gnashing of teeth and screaming and wailing and all that. You don't want to build that super highway there. You really don't. No matter how good your intentions are, leave some room in there for other people's opinions, okay? You don't have to have such an open mind that when you tilt your head sideways, it falls out. But you do need to have it open enough to allow other ideas in, okay? Just had to get that out there before it completely left the building, because that does have a tendency to happen with me. As if you didn't already know that. So, thank you, Barman, for tweeting me. You just the bomb. Barman on Freedom's Network and RLM. Double dose of the bomb there. Now, let me see who is over here on Fakey Book. I saw Gary L. here just a little bit ago, and I also saw the lovely Miss Mary B. and Bubs. I love you, Bubs, my furry friend. You're so awesome. Okay, and over here on that FN site, looks like Barman's here, Grimner's here. I always have to refresh this. I don't know if it's something to do with my settings or what. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me see. See if I got anyone else here. I'm sure TD, if she's online, is probably listening in, because she's always listening in. Lovely Mary B is over here as well. Hi there, woman. Bobby made it back from Colorado just fine. Didn't wind up feeding any berries. Or berries? Bears. Bears. Do bears shit in the woods? I think they do. Right there by the Pope, they use the Pope's little robe thingy. Gets rather soiled. But yes, I'm glad Bobby made it back. And Bobby, once you build your little cabin, I'm going to come out and visit you, because that's really only a day's drive for me. So I can come visit and we could partay. Or maybe I could just wander around and get lost like I have a tendency to do. I can get lost so easy. That's why, when people tell me to get lost, I've been told to quite a few times. So yeah, I'm really good at it. Very good at it. Car was $85K. Holy macanoli, does that come with a kitchen and a bathroom? Jesus madre. Okay, blogging journalist. Terrifying new video shows what's really going on at Yellowstone. Oh, no! Bear shitting in the woods? Or is it like it's getting ready to go kablooey? Because if it's getting ready to go kablooey, is there anything we can do about it? No? So, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, over here in the RLM. Yeah, prattle, prattle, prattle. Hi there, Asmo. I see you up top. How's Mama doing? Is she out of the hospital yet? I hope so. People die in those places. Don't keep her in there, okay? That's a bad place. I also see Barman is here. Hey there, darling. You are just so awesome. If I could give you a cyber hug, I would. I also see the lovely Beth Z is here. Hey there, lady. And looky there. Grammy is here, who is the creator of Barman, and he's just da bomb. I mean, nobody else really realizes that, but I do. Okay, maybe somebody else does. Moosey's showing. Hey, Moosey, did you make it back from the grocery? I know if you haven't made it back from the grocery store yet, then me asking you if you've made it back from the grocery store is rather dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, because never let it be said that I haven't done something dumb in my life. Uh, oh, it ain't Jellystone? No, I don't think it is Jellystone. Because that's where Ranger, what the hell? What the hell's his name? I just had a total brain fart, as if that's a shocker. And Moosey, I really don't, yeah. Don't worry about getting the milk from me because it looks like everybody else had groceries as well that they wanted you to pick up, and I don't want you going broke, sweetheart. I also see the lovely Kate is here. Hey there, darling. I hope you didn't blow away, or obviously, if you're here, you didn't. Trust no one is here. I think that's Mulder, or is it Scully? I don't know. Maybe it's Cancer Man. You think? I also see Beetle is here. Beetle's been having a good day. At least he's been having a very good conversation. Let me refresh my Twitter real quick. Oh, the baby in the womb. Okay. Oops. Oh, shit. I really didn't mean to click on that. Damn it. Okay, y'all know how there. Okay, I fixed it. I'm so, Ranger Smith, thank you ever so much, Grammy. Yeah, I totally brain farted. Okay, where's I at? Ivy Don C, that's where I was at. Hey there, Don, how you doing? I'm assuming, seeing as how you're here and and at work as well, that you didn't blow away either. You guys had some nasty ass big bada booms down there yesterday. And good old state of misery. Wow. Holy crap, and Noli, let me tell you, I saw some of the pictures from Misery, and damn, oh damn. Although, the night before, one of my nephews, yeah, I have lots of them, because, well, there's 10 kids in my family, and we all went forth and procreated. Well, all but one. But in any case, one of my nephews had a baseball-sized hail, they call them hailstones, but they're actually ice. But wow, they hit like a stone. Holy shit, I've been hit by smaller hailstones that left a mark. But yeah, he had one come through his windshield driving home. When was it? Monday night. Not fun. And my youngest daughter, who takes after her mother, I have to admit that, was out driving around trying to find naders because she wants to find a nader. And she sent some video that was pretty cool looking, and some naders dipping down but going right back up again. So, yeah, she's kind of crazy. Yeah, she gets it from me. I also see Java Doctor 2 is here. Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version. And Solvanor is showing here in the chat, although I'm sure Solvanor is probably going... I do that really well, don't I? I have lots of practice every night. I also see Chalcedony is here. Hey there, sweetheart. As well as yours truly, the crazy lady in the rocket chair. And you know what? I got a chair from my mother. It doesn't have arms, which is just awesome because now I'm free to move and express myself because I talk with my hands. You don't get to see a lot of what well, yeah, because this isn't video, and there's a reason for that. Oh, well. But yeah, I have a chair with no arms, and I'm enjoying this. And it's a little bit higher, too, so I feel like I'm sitting on a bar stool without the beverage. Because really, can you imagine what I would be like if I was drunk and on the radio? Oh, Lord. I'm like this au natural. Yeah, don't add any chemicals to me, because, wow. Woo. Okay. In any case, this chair, it has a screw loose. How appropriate for me. Actually, it has a couple of them that are loose. I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, grim. I don't know. It depends on what he had to eat. Oh my goodness, that's just too funny. In any case, my chair does rock and roll and scooch. Well, it doesn't roll real good because it's on carpet and the casters are kind of shot. But I don't care. For the radio, it doesn't make any difference. I have freedom of movement and my chair does rock and roll. And it's like, woohoo! I'm having fun now. Okay, carry on, Grammy. Jeez, Pete. I see Juana Taco is here. Hey there, darling. How you doing this evening? You know what? I have been, because I cooked up 2 pounds of hamburger and made taco meat out of it. And so about every other night, I've been having tacos. So I kind of got tired of I have enough left for one more night, and I just couldn't go there tonight. I just couldn't. So, I've been hankering for oatmeal all day long because I didn't get around to making it this morning for breakfast because I was tootling and tending to stuff, and it rained overnight, so had a few other chores I needed to tend to. So I fixed oatmeal this evening for supper, and it was yummy. I put some agave on it and put some craisins in it. Oh my God. I'm probably going to be hyper to no end this evening. Ah, shocker, shocker. I also see Meisterbrower is here. Hey, darling, party. How you doing? 25 years ago. Where was that you said that? Let me scroll. Oh, hick burp cha-cha-cha. And I did not realize that would be coming back. Okay. You weren't paying attention 25 years ago. You thought Wendy and Lisa were still part of the revolution. Well, 25 years ago, no, they were not. But, yeah, they had their own band. They actually do a song that I really, really enjoy from the movie Toys. But, yeah, that's a whole other. I won't play that until it gets closer to Christmas time because it's Christmassy music, or some of it. The movie is Christmas based, or okay, around the holiday season, whatever. In any case, back to saying, hey, Mary B, the most awesomest down under woman I know. Damn it all. How you doing, woman? How's the weather down in your neck of the woods? It can't decide what the hell it wants to do in my neck of the woods. I also see Oslo is here. You're still very quiet, aren't you, dear? And Rob Works is here to round out the crew. And Rob, thank you, you dumb man with the bubbler. I already have an effervescent personality. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm bubbly. And yeah, adding a bubbler to it, whew, wow, things could get scary. Okay, let me see. Where was I going to go? I have lots and lots that I have been throwing in my pocket of late. And so it's really hard to walk when I have so much in my pocket. Let me refresh Twitter. Even if you don't let me, I'm going to do it. Oh, hey, Green Flower Media just shared a really pretty plant. That's very pretty. Cop guilty of manslaughter in Eric Harris murder trial. Yes. Yay. Thank you, Anonymous, for sharing that over on Twitter. I think I will retweet that real quick. Alrighty. That'll learn you. See, that needs to happen more often. People need to be held accountable for their actions. Doesn't make a shit bit of difference if they have a fancy shiny badge on or not. They need to be held accountable for their actions. I'm held accountable for all of mine, and even for some that I didn't do, but people accused me of, and therefore I get held accountable for them. And you know what? Most of the time I just say, if it comforts you to think that way, hon, you just go right on ahead. Okay, brother-in-law of mine. Hey, Excalibur over here in the shout box on FN says he's a handyman. He can fix any loose screw. I don't know, hon. There's very few people that have the proper tools to deal with me. Just putting that out there. Batteries are not required. Just saying. Oh, Lord. Lord, some of the shit that falls out of my mouth. It's like, really? Seriously? You said that out loud on the frickin' radio? That's going to go down infinitum or in perpetuity. Hey, New, how you doing, sweetheart? Long time no see. I like your pic. I like that bike. That's a nice looking bike. News over on Facebook. I just had to say hey. Say hey. Okay. Guess which one is your son? I'm thinking Bart. Porcus is sharing pictures over on Facebook too. Okay. Where was I at? Oh, my pocket. No, I want to go to this one first. Just because. I'll make up my mind. One of these days. Kind of like the... No, I really do. I make my bed every morning, but I'd rarely make up my mind. Yes? Ew. Oh, you stupid son bitch. Some dumbass just stuck a firecracker in his mouth after he lit it. Duh. Okay. People will do anything for attention. Okay. Over here on Oopie. Oopie. Apparently, in Nashville, it's not cool to have, to advertise for zombies. A Nashville man was ordered to remove a zombie statue from his front yard. Why? Why? I would like to know. A Tennessee man said that he finds it utterly ridiculous and probably redunculous as well that his homeowners association is ordering him to remove his front yard zombie statue after 5 years. Why? Why? We are still inundated with zombies. Why can't he have it out there? Jim Grinstead said that he and his wife have occupied their Nashville home for nearly 10 years. And the zombie statue, they affectionately dubbed Claude, has been in their front yard for the past 5. He said he was surprised to receive a letter from the Homeowners Association ordering him to do away with the statue, which depicts the head and arms of a zombie climbing out of the ground. During a recent inspection of the community on April 19th, 2016, it was noted that there is a zombie in your yard that needs to be removed, the letter reads. At first I was pissed, but then I thought about it for a second and said, this is utter ridiculous. Which, yes, it is. It is utterly ridiculous. But you are the one that's living in a homeowners association. I would not live anywhere that has told me I had rules to follow in order to live there. Like you can only paint your house a certain color, and the shingles can only be, and your Christmas lights have to be, and your bite me. Grinstead said that he has never, oops, guess what I forgot to turn off. He said that he has never received a complaint about the statue until now. Come on. There's my mixer. Shut that off. Shut that off. Shut that off. Me and my sounds. I think the Homeowners Association needs to lighten up a little bit, he told WKRN-TV. We have a sense of humor, and that is how we want the world to think of us. It's how we think of ourselves. People will stop sometimes and take pictures of Claude. Excuse me, I got all choked up. Our friends get a kick out of it when they come over, and we've never had a complaint about him. Grinstead said he plans to remove the statue this week despite his objections. I'll take my beating and go ahead and do it. Sweetheart, I would tell them to kiss my ass. Well, actually, what you need to do is you need to get you another zombie statue and have it one that looks like it's crawling back into the ground with its ass sticking up. And then put some lips on one of the cheeks. I think that would be awesome. And you can tell them, here you go, this is what I think of your rules. Because, these people that seem to think that they need to enforce what is acceptable in our community, Really? If you don't like the way it looks, don't look. I see a couple of weeds coming up around Claude. What the hell? Why aren't you bitching about the weeds? He's keeping a very untidy lawn. Shame on him. Damn it. Now, see, I was not coughing until I got on the frickin' radio. And then I get on the radio and I start coughing. I have radio cough. I hate when that happens. Let me share this over here on RL or on that effing site. Grammy, honey, do we have a zombie emoticon? I don't remember seeing one, but that doesn't mean that there isn't one, because it just means that I don't remember seeing one. But that's okay. I'll use this little guy. I just think this is... I know people that live in those like communities where you're not allowed to do this and you have to do this and and it's like, really? Freaking cookie cutter places? I don't think so. I personally would not live someplace like that. So, okay. Let me put that on Twitter too, because it's like, are you shitting me? Hi, rascal. Let's see. Share that. Oh, hey, I just now noticed that they have a little thing so that you can do GIFs on Twitter. I'm so observant. Oi. These people and their frickin' knicker knots. Oh, shit. Shit. Yes, baby girl. Okay. Now, I got to go to my pocket because I know I had some things from my favorite estate in the whole wide world. Let's see. Where's that at? Scrolling. Oh, I think this is it, actually. I think it is. Yeah, it is. This is it. Okay, you know, people, I know there's... I prefer to not have to call 911. I have done it before, you know, like when I've been on the highway, on the road, traveling, coming home. And actually, the last time was I was still married, and there was a motorcycle accident. Someone, and son of a bitch anyway, it was a cyclist who was pulling not a bicyclist, but a motorcyclist who was pulling one of those little motorcycle trailers behind his big road glide. And someone had gotten just a skosh too close when they decided to pass him, and they clipped the little trailer, which sent him flipping on the highway. And what really pissed me off is the son of a bitch didn't stop. Now, I saw this, and the ex was pulling over because he was on volunteer fire department in the local area, but he pulled over so he could go over and see if he could help. I'm on the phone calling 911, telling them there's an accident out here, giving them the mile marker, yada, yada, yada. What really amazed me is there was a town 5 miles to the east of us, and there was a town 15 miles to the west of us. The town 15 miles to the west actually had their rescue crew, because it's same county. Their rescue crew got there before the town that was only 5 miles to the east. Didn't say a whole hell of a lot for the town that was 5 miles to the east, which I will not mention them out loud because I have to drive through there. But it's kind of bullshit. But I gave them the license plate number of the ass munch, because they were driving one of them vehicles that had the plate on front and back, and explained everything to them so that they could... I have no idea if they caught whoever that asshole was. I hope to hell they did. The gentleman that was on the bike did survive it. He was kind of bunged up, but he did survive it. Thankfully, it had rained the night before, so when he went into the ditch and kind of did the bum 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 ass over tea kettle kind of thing, the ground was very mushy. So he'd only broken a couple of bones, but yeah, he took a hell of a ride and took a hell of a tumble. But people, keep your eyes open for those on motorcycles, okay? Because they sure as hell keep their eyes open for you, but they can't keep their eyes open for all of y'all. And they are on the road as well. And this is getting to be that time of year again. So please keep an eye out for the two-wheelers and the three-wheelers out there as well, because they have just as much right to travel on the roadway as you do. So, now that I've said that, let's get to this thing from NBCnews.com. This is the improper use of 911. That's why I did that whole story. I had a reason. There's a method to my madness. It's kind of roundabout, but it's there. Authorities say that a Florida woman called 911 3 times after McDonald's employees told her that they were out of chicken McNuggets. A police report says that the 27-year-old Fort Pierce resident, Latricia L. Goodman, told authorities she paid for a 10-piece last week, but was later informed the restaurant had run out. Oh, they probably saved your life, darling. She says that she was refused a refund and told all sales were final, which I'm thinking that's a total bullshit. But, hey, depends on... I've never run into a situation like that. Of course, you know, there's no accounting for the franchises. A cashier told the police that she offered Goodman a larger portion of different food for the same price, but Goodman became irate. This is an emergency. If I would have known they didn't have McNuggets, I wouldn't have given my money. And she now wants to give me a McDouble? I don't want one. This is what Goodman told police, according to the Stewart News. She also said, "This is an emergency." Police say that Goodman was cited with misuse of 911 charge, and a current phone listing for her couldn't be found. A Mickey D's spokesperson said that Goodman should have been given a refund, and she's been sent a gift card for a free meal. Big whoop-de-doo. It's not a free meal because she's already paid for a meal. So unless she got her money back, although, you know, sometimes people say things and it's not necessarily truthful. You know, like the Ass Munch a couple weeks back that said that somebody put fag on his cake, and they didn't, but he said they did, and now they have evidence that they are suing him for besmirching their character, which is, I think, what should happen. And whilst that train of thought is going down that track, I may as well just put this out there too and really piss some people off. You know this whole shit of, hi, everything sucks? Excuse me. Oh, except for good and plenty. Yeah, I do like Good and Plenty candy. I actually have some. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot I had that. It's in the cupboard, and I keep it up high so that I don't get into it very often, because once I start, okay. In any case, I'm going to start now. Not on the Good and Plenty either. You know, this nonsense, this bullshit of saying that you have to be inclusive of me. You have to let me. I identify as. You must let me. If you don't, you're being a racist. Yada, yada this. Yada, yada that. Okay? Same thing holds true for you, darling. When you say that these people have to comply with your mindset, then you also should have to comply with theirs, should you not? Because if it doesn't go 2 ways, then it goes no ways. Okay? So all these people out there that are bitching and pissing and moaning and groaning and saying that nobody listens to me, everybody disses me, yada, 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 yada. I want, now, now, now. Guess what? Just because you want it don't mean you're going to get it. Okay? And if you seem to think that people need to bend to your whims because you identify as something today, then maybe, just maybe, you need to bend to their whims when they identify as something all the time. You know, like a human being with a rational thought. Ooh, hey, there you go. A human being that's not a whiny ass. But I've been microaggressed. Oh, you like black jelly? I do like black jelly beans as well. Kaboom! What's kaboom? No, 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 no. I'm not done. The Yellowstone has to wait till I get done with my radio before it can go kaboom, okay? Big bada boom. Beetle. You're nutty. Okay. What? Alpacas? What did I see? The alpaca lips? Those things spit. Don't you know? They do. They spit. And they bite. Thank you, Grammy. I truly appreciate it. I needed that zombie guy. You the man. You the goddamn man. There you go. Okay. Wham! I think I'm going to find me a whanicon. There it is. There it is. There's a good wham. These damn people. Seriously. You know, the fewer McDonald's Chicky McNuggets you get, the longer you'll live. Or not. I can't say that because I really don't have any medical evidence. Hi, Jim. How you doing? I don't know you, hon. Oh, okay. Oh, and hey, there's 4Js. Hi, 4Js. How you doing, sweetheart? Long time no see. Okay. Go back. Oh, a carpet. Sorry. I'm distracted. That's pretty. Oh, that's pricey. No. Moving along. I'm a tightwad. Okay. Let's see. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. Go back to my pocket. Let's see. Oh, this one, yes. This one looked like fun. Mason, yeah, learn to talk. Mainly, it's the title that hooked me, which it always is. You know, just kind of grabbed me and said, "You will read this," and I abstained from reading until tonight. Statism government, where all politicians are omniscient angels, incapable of. Really? Yes, government, a utopian world filled with rainbows, unicorns, fairies, and other magical creatures, where up is down, left is right, and all politicians are omniscient. They're angels, incapable of greed or doing wrong. Yes, for some silly reason I was thinking this was an actual, but apparently I remembered it incorrectly. But I really do like this meme. Although I think the fairies and the angels and some of that other fun shit are not going to like that. Oh, that's true. I am. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Well, you know, what I don't know won't hurt, right? It's the only thing vaguely foodish on the menu. You know, I like the I like their French fries, except they get a little overachieverish on the um, salt because I don't like that much salt. You're on the fringe of the second tier death zone. Ah, okay. Well, you know what? It'll be quick or not. Either way, I'm not going to worry about it because it's not like I'm going to be able to do anything about it. So, there you go. Let me put this over here on that effing site. And then I probably ought to put it over on Fakeybook as well. Because, yeah. And Vince must still not be feeling very well. Bless his heart. Poor little guy. Same here, Marlene. Oh, I'm talking to my cousin. As if she can hear me, but... Okay. I'll put this over on Twitter, too. Oh, there's the Barracuda Brigade. Dun, dun. I know that's Jaws, but still. Put that on Twitter as well. I may as well share the wealth whilst I'm at it. Oh, shit. There's Shrillery. If fighting for abortion is playing the women's card, then deal me in. Sweetheart, someone should have dealt you in while you were in the womb. And then, oh, that wasn't very nice of me, was it? Tough patooties. Okay. Close that. Go back there. Okay. Now here's one where I saw this and I thought, oh my Lord. Yeah. Dumb asses. This is on the WashingtonPost.com. In their worldviews, this city embedded traffic lights in the sidewalk so that smartphone users don't have to look up because, well, heaven forbid you actually look at another living, breathing human being. Might actually interact with them other than bumping into them and saying, excuse me, or not, because, you know, most people would probably go, the fuck? Because, yeah, people are just rude like that. Few nations in the world take red traffic lights more seriously than Germany. Hans, are you listening? Foreign visitors frequently wonder why crowds of Germans wait for traffic lights to turn green when there are no cars in sight. That is why officials in the city of Augsburg became concerned when they noticed a new phenomenon. Pedestrians were so busy looking at their smartphones that they were ignoring traffic lights. You know, I think they need to just take light poles and disperse them willy-nilly on the sidewalk. You know, just put them all kinds of hinky ways in the sidewalk. And then that way when people are walking along looking at their freaking smartphone and working up their thumbs to be Arnold Schwarzenegger thumbs, they would go bunk. Wake the fuck up, dumbass. Look up once in a while. You know, there's a great big world out there besides that stupid cell phone. Pedestrians were so busy looking at their smartphones that they were ignoring traffic lights. The city has attempted to solve that problem by installing new traffic lights embedded in the pavement so that pedestrians constantly looking down at their phones won't miss them. Well, you know what? I say let them walk out in traffic, cleanse the gene pool. Does that sound harsh? Getting the chaff out of the wheat, okay? It creates a whole new level of attention, city spokesperson Stephanie Lerman was quoted as saying. Lerman thinks the money is wisely spent. A recent survey conducted in several European cities, including Berlin, found that almost 20% of pedestrians were distracted by their smartphones. Younger people are most likely to risk their safety for a quick look at their Facebook profiles or WhatsApp messages. See, that's why I don't have Facebook on my smartphone. I don't want it on there. I don't want that shit on my phone. It's a freaking phone. I text people. I do have some apps on it, but I've been deleting apps because it's like, really, I don't need this shit. I do like the Zedge because I like the different ringtones I can do. But other than that, I'm easily entertained. So what the heck? The problem may be even more widespread in the United States. You think? A survey by the University of Washington found that 1 in 3 Americans is busy texting or working on a smartphone at dangerous road crossings. Ding, 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 ding. Gene pool cleansing. The Department of Transportation has established a clear connection between such habits and the increase in pedestrian deaths. According to the German newspaper Gesundheit, or whatever the hell it is, not everyone thinks the new lights are a good idea. Some commentators have complained that the project was a waste of taxpayers' money. I would be one of those. Until now, I didn't even notice them, one young pedestrian told the local Augsburg whatever newspaper after reporters made him aware of the lights. But the city officials say that their work is justified. The idea to install such traffic lights came after a 15-year-old girl was killed by a tram. According to police reports, she was distracted by her smartphone as she crossed the tracks. Augsburg is not the only city that has been forced to react to an increasing number of smartphone-obsessed pedestrians, which I'm thinking, you know what? Look up, dumb ass. Apparently in 2014, the Chinese city of Chongqing made headlines when it experimented with a 165-foot stretch of pavement where pedestrians had to choose between walking on a normal lane and one reserved for smombies. That's a portmanteau of smartphone and zombies. Which is used to describe people walking around and staring at their devices. See? The zombie statue. I'll bet you they would have let it stay if he had a smartphone in his hand. They'd have just thought, oh, guy's playing a game. Angry Birds? No. There's a lot of elderly people and children in our streets, and walking with your cell phone may cause unnecessary collisions here. That's from the marketing official, Nong Cheng, told the Associated Press at the time. Okay, I don't know of a whole hell of a lot of elderly people that walk around with their face buried in their smartphone. Children, yes, which it is truly sad that the children would be culled from the herd because those are the ones going forth and reproducing as they age, hopefully to carry on the genes. Although, if Yellowstone goes, we're not going to have to worry about that, are we? But wow, this is just... I think it's a waste of taxpayers' money, but that's just me. Hildebeest does work better, yes. What's this? No, Grammy, you're not. You have to go to Yellowstone in order to be at Ground Zero, sweetheart. Oh, hey, there you go. Yeah, probably. I'd have to tweet. I don't have Twitter on my phone either. I don't have that shit on there. I mean, yeah, I can get my email, but you know what? When I'm driving, unless my children are calling, the phone stays in my purse. And even then, a lot of times I don't hear it because I got the music cranked. I don't text when I'm driving. If I'm talking on my phone while I'm driving, usually it's because I'm calling my mother as I'm leaving town to tell her, Mom, I'm leaving town. I should be there in yada, yada, yada. There have been a couple of times when I've done the talk to text, but I really don't like doing that either. So, yeah. My phone stays in my purse for the most part. Or if I have my grandkids in the car, then my granddaughter will answer it, and God only knows what kind of response you'll get. Hi, Gary. Yes. I know. Gary commented on the Nashville guy that was told to remove his zombie. He said, that's what you get when you live in one of those socialist zones. Yeah. Where everybody's got their nose up your backside. And they have rules. Rules, I tell you. Do I care? No. Did I? Oh, I forgot to hit add link. Dork. Dork. What's this? Quarantine stronger than... Yes, a quarantine is. Oh, smallpox. Oh, no. You know, they've got all kinds of lovely new diseases that are coming out. So somebody's going to get quarantined. And one of my brother-in-laws shared a video of Trumpelstiltskin and a speech that he was giving. And, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I just... I don't like any of them. None of them. None of them. None of them. Don't tell. I know I'm not the boss, applesauce. Damn it all. See? Busted. Everything sucks always gets me. That sucks. I don't know if everything sucks, but that sucks. Okay? There. Let me see here. What's this one? Oh, okay. Yeah. Here we go. This is, now see, this would have me. Yeah. This is on A-I, every consonant but I and you. And then an N thrown in for good measure.co. AEON.co. Do psychiatrists really think that everyone is crazy? Who, me? Yeah. A diagnosis of mental illness is more common than ever. Why? Called job security for the shrink. Don't you know? Apparently, yeah, on this Wackadoodle Wednesday, a psychiatrist meets people at a party and reveals that he or she does for a living. Two responses are typical. People either say, I'd better be careful what I say around you, and then clam up, or they say, I could talk to you for hours, and then launch into a litany of complaints and diagnostic questions, and oh yeah, I've been microaggressed against. Oh yeah. It's usually about one or another family member, an in-law, excuse me, a co-worker, or other acquaintance. Damn it all to hell. I hate when that happens. Okay. Damn it. Stop it. It seems that people are quick to acknowledge the ubiquity of those who might benefit from a psychiatrist's attention, while expressing a deep reluctance ever to seek it out themselves. Well, I'm not ever going to go to a frickin' shrink because of the wonderful things they do. That reluctance is understandable, which, yeah. Although most of us crave support, understanding, and human connection, we also worry that if we reveal our true selves, we'll be judged, criticized, or rejected in some way. And even worse, perhaps calling upon antiquated myths. Some worry that if we were to reveal our inner selves to a psychiatrist, we might be labeled crazy and get locked up in an asylum, medicated into oblivion, or put into a straitjacket. Well, I already have one. Mine's designer. It's fuchsia with glitters. I like my self-hugging jacket. I get hugs every time I wear it, even if I'm giving it to myself. Of course, such fears are accompaniment of the very idiosyncrasies, foibles, and life struggles that keep us from unattainably perfect mental health. What is Why is mental health unattainable? You are only as crazy as you think you are. And sometimes I think I'm a little more wacky than others, but I enjoy every moment of it. Or, well, not every, but most. As a psychiatrist, I see this as the biggest challenge facing psychiatry today. A large part of the population, perhaps even the majority, might benefit from some form of mental health care. Okay, number one, anytime they say health care, y'all need to stop and realize they are not looking out to cure you or to make you better, because if they do that, you'll stop coming and the money flow will stop. Any healthcare worker that really wishes to make you healthier is trying to put themselves out of work because they're trying to get people healthy so that they don't have to come back. And part of that process is teaching people how to keep themselves healthy. But you go talk to a shrink, and I've probably talked to shrinks because sometimes I ask people what they do for a living. Most of the time I don't. I really don't, unless it's, like something really way cool, like a rocket scientist or something. And then I would go, wow, I don't understand shit of what you do. But tell me how you make that big bada boom. I really don't care. I really don't. Apparently, too many fear that modern psychiatry is on a mission to pathologize normal individuals with some dystopian plan fueled by the greed of the pharmaceutical industry, all in order to put the populace on mind-numbing medications. Yep, pretty much. That's pretty much what I thought. Debates about psychiatric overdiagnosis have amplified in the wake of last year's release of the newest edition of Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Which, wow, that's a real page-turner for those of you that haven't read it. It's the so-called Bible of psychiatry, with some particularly vocal critics coming from within the profession. Whistleblowers! You guys are bad. You're bad. You should not be telling the secrets of the inner sanctum. Ooh? You tell the secrets, we must kill you. You must die. It is true that the scope of psychiatry has greatly expanded over the past century. You think? More people are paranoid now and on pills because y'all say, you're paranoid, you should take this pill. 100 years ago, the profession had a near exclusive focus on the custodial care of severely ill asylum patients. That crazy uncle or aunt that nobody wanted to deal with because they were so eccentric. Put them in an asylum. Keep them doped up. Let them do experiments on them. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. So long as I have Auntie's money, I don't care what you do. That's probably what happened with a lot of them. Or that problem child. Now, I'm not saying all of them weren't problem people that didn't have mental problems, because quite frankly, we have a boatload of them running around on the loose right now. Most of them are in government, one form or another. Apparently now, psychiatric practice includes the office-based management of the worried well. Yeah, you know why they're worried? Because the world's freaking batshit crazy. And it's the lunatics that are running it. The advent of psychotherapy, starting with the arrival of Sigmund Freud and his psychoanalysis at the turn of the 20th century, drove the shift. That just sounds so weird. The turn of the 20th century. That wasn't so long ago. Wow. I was born in the 20th century. Wow, that makes me feel old. Or not. The ability to treat less severe forms of psychopathology, such as anxiety and so-called adjustment disorders related to life stressors. In other words, knicker-knots. With the talking cure has been profound. with the effects on mental health care in the United States. Yes, because if you have an emotional boo-boo, I have a couch for you. Here, take this pill. Tell me all about it. It's okay. That pill's a band-aid for your emotional boo-boo. Early forms of psychotherapy paved the way for mental hygiene. That's called a lobotomy. For those of you that don't know, yeah, where they scrub your brain. Yeah, you've been lobotomized. And that's pretty much been going on for quite some time. Oh, looky. Oh, hey, it said that form lasted from 1910 through the 1950s. Whew. This public health model rejected hard boundaries of mental illness in favor of a view that acknowledged the potential for some degree of mental disorder to exist in nearly everyone because job security. I have a piece of paper on my wall and I have a couch. Pay me money. I'll give you pills. Interventions were recommended not just with a psychiatrist's office, but broadly within society at large. Schools and other community settings were all involved in providing support and help. You should see a shrink, don't you know? An abundance of neurotic symptoms, which used to just be, wow, I had a moment, I'm better now. Yeah, these were stemming from trauma experienced by veterans in the First and Second World War, reinforced the view that mental health and illness existed on a continuous spectrum. No, these are people that saw their buds get blown to pieces right beside them, or they wound up having to kill someone else that really, other than having a gun thrown in their hand and told, he's a bad guy, kill him. I think that would fuck with someone's head. Just a wee bit. You know, that whole process. Let's see. In the modern era, psychotherapy has steered away from traditional psychoanalysis in favor of more practical, short-term therapies. For instance, psychodynamic therapy explores unconscious conflicts and underlying distress on a weekly basis for as little as a few months. Yes, we know. Your mother hated you, and that's why you went on a mass murdering spree. Yes, your mother hated you because she wouldn't let you have that toy. That was her passive-aggressive way of showing that she hated you because you gave her stretch marks. That's about how a lot of this shit works. It's a goal-directed cognitive therapy that uses behavioral techniques to correct disruptive distortions in thinking. Oh, goody. Oh, joy. Oh, bliss. These streamlined psychotherapeutic techniques have widened the potential consumer base for psychiatric intervention to pretty much everybody. They've also expanded the range of clinicians who can perform therapy to include not only psychiatrists, but primary care doctors, psychologists, social workers, and marriage and family therapists, which includes priests, pastors, rabbis, whatever the hell. Anyone that says, it's okay, tell me what's bothering you. Here's a pill. In a similar fashion, newer medications with fewer side effects. Yeah. Depressed? Take this pill. It'll only make you slightly more suicidal. Yeah. Huh. Such medications can be prescribed by a family physician or, in some states, a psychologist or even a nurse practitioner. Yippee. Viewed through the lens of DMS, it is easy to see how extending psychiatry helping hand deeper into the population and into your pocket is often interpreted as evidence that psychiatrists think more and more people are mentally ill. Yeah, well, If you had all this shit being thrown at you on a daily basis, you got to be just a skosh off kilter in order to function. Okay. This is blah, 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 blah. The diagnostic creep of psychiatry becomes more understandable by conceptualizing mental illness. Like most things in nature, on a continuum. Here we go. Many forms of psychiatric disorder, such as schizophrenia or severe dementia, are so severe, that is to say, divergent from normality. What is normal? It's a town in Illinois. That whether they represent illness is rarely debatable. Other syndromes, such as generalized anxiety disorder, in other words, I'm feeling rather stressed today, might more closely resemble what seems to some a normal worry. And patients might even complain of isolated symptoms such as insomnia or lack of energy that arise in the absence of any fully formed disorder. In other words, put down the electronic device, step away from the cell phone, do not play with the iPad or any of that other fun shit for 20 minutes before going to bed. If you're having trouble with sleeping, there's a thing called melatonin. It's a little pill. It's something that your brain actually produces. There's also essential oils that help with that. All kinds of things that help with where you don't have to take pills. But let your mind calm down first before you go to bed. Have 20 minutes before bedtime where you don't mess with any electronic stuff. Take up knitting. I know that puts me to sleep. Goes on to say that in this way, a continuous view of mental illness extends into areas that might actually be normal, but still detract from optimal day-to-day function. I have times that detract from my optimal day-to-day function, but I have never, ever, ever considered going and talking to a shrink about it. Oh, shush, everything sucks. I finally see that comment you made. Hi, UK Oliver, how you doing? Oh. I and you are consonants, huh? Oh, shit, that sucks. Damn it. I'm sorry everything sucks. I didn't realize it. Wow. So, at least you didn't buy the house before it all, before it flooded. You can look at it like that. Hey, that's a good thing because you didn't own it when it flooded. Let's see, isn't what special? Oklahoma court rules that forced oral sex is not. What? What? Okay, Grim. Okay, Grim. I gotta go there because that's just what the what the I have talked to some high school kids and actually some middle school children, which is really sad that middle school children are talking about this. And it wasn't a conversation that I started. Trust me, I did not want to start that kind of a conversation with children that young. It was a conversation that I overheard, and I turned around and I went, please tell me you're not talking about what I think you're talking about. And they just kind of looked at me and laughed, and I went, no, seriously, you are not talking about. And they said, well, yeah. It's not called sex. That's what they're telling each other now. You can still maintain your virginity. That's what the boys are telling the girls. And that's what the girls are telling the girls nowadays, which is really fucked. Really fucked. Okay, so you don't have vaginal sex, but, yeah. Anal sex and oral sex is still sex. Oh, but you're not having vaginal sex, so you have maintained your virginity. Well, that is just Grammy shared this over on the RLM. Oklahoma court rules that forced oral sex is not rape if victim is unconscious from drinking. Kiss my what? I'm thinking if that person were to happen to bite it off, then it's not assault right back at him, is it? Wow. You've really got to be shitting me. Let me share this psychiatrist thing over here in Freedom's Network first. Oh, hey, Twitter 101. Close your mouth, dude, because if someone sticks it in there, well, yeah, it's not oral sex if you're passed out, and it's not rape. That's just fucking wrong. No, Donald. No, Donald. No, Donald. I don't like the Donald. Can you guess? Okay, let me get this psychiatrist thing. There. Share the psychiatrist thing. Now, get back to... What is this, Grim? Yeah, Slick Willie. Thank you ever so much, Slick Willie. That's just awfully kind of you. From therawstory.com. Wow. A ruling that is sparking outrage among critics who said the judicial system was engaging in victim blaming and buying outdated notions about rape. An Oklahoma court has stunned local prosecutors with its declaration that state law doesn't criminalize oral sex with a victim who is completely unconscious. Whoever does that needs to have their tallywhacker whacked off. The ruling, a unanimous decision by the state's criminal appeals court, is sparking outrage among critics who say that the judicial system was engaged in victim blaming and buying outdated notions about rape. But legal experts, you know what an expert is? It's a former drip under pressure. Oh, well. Legal experts and victims' advocates said that they viewed the ruling as a sign of something larger. The troubling gap that still exists between the nation's patchwork of laws and evolving idea about rape and consent. Okay, if it involves the sex organs in any way, shape, or form, and you do not have consent from the other individual, not implied consent, actual consent, then it's rape. Okay? Does it need to be any clearer than that? The case involved allegations that a 17-year-old boy assaulted a girl, 16, after volunteering to give her a ride home. Yeah, we all know why yeah, baby, I'll give you a ride. The two had been drinking at a Tulsa party with a group of friends when it became clear that the girl was badly intoxicated. Witnesses recalled that she had to be carried into the defendant's car. Another boy who briefly rode in the car recalled her coming in and out of consciousness. The boy later brought the girl to his grandmother's house. Oh, well, isn't that wonderful? Still unconscious, the girl was taken to a hospital where a test put her blood alcohol level above 0.34. Holy shit. She awoke to as staff were conducting a sexual assault examination. Tests were later confirmed that the young man's DNA was found on the back of her leg and around her mouth. The boy claimed to investigators that the girl had consented to perform oral sex. The girl said she didn't have any memories after leaving the park. And Tulsa County prosecutors charged the young man with forcible oral sodomy, which, okay, I could see where that would happen. But the trial judge dismissed the case. Who is this trial judge? I want to know. And the appeals court ruling on the 24th of March affirmed the prosecutors could not apply the law to a victim who was incapacitated by alcohol. Fuck you, who? Forcible sodomy cannot occur where a victim is so intoxicated as to be completely unconscious at the time of the sexual act of oral copulation, the decision read. Oh my holy fucking God! Are you shitting me? Its reasoning, the court said, was that the statute listed several circumstances that constitute force, and yet was silent on incapacitation due to a victim drinking alcohol. We will not, in order to justify prosecution of a person for an offense, enlarge a statute beyond a fair meaning of its language. Really? Really? Just because she's passed out and her mouth happens to be opened because she's passed out doesn't mean he can take his tallywhacker and shove it in. Some bitch. He does not need to be playing tonsil hockey while she's passed out. I don't give a shit who you are. Long Duck Dong would be missing his wong. Benjamin Fu, the Tulsa County District Attorney leading the case, said the ruling had him completely gobsmacked, which, yeah. The plain meaning of forcible oral sodomy, of using force, includes taking advantage of a victim who was too intoxicated to consent. What part of too intoxicated to consent does the fucking appeals court not get? I don't believe that anybody until that day believed that the state of the law was that this kind of conduct was ambiguous, much less legal. And I don't think that the law was a loophole until the court decided it was. To focus on why the victim was unable to consent, he continued, puts the victim at fault, which is total bullshit. That's like saying, she shouldn't have dressed so provocative. You know, that hefty bag was mighty fetching on her. And with the way she walked, and it crackled when she walked, I just couldn't control myself any longer. It doesn't make a shitting bit of difference. It really doesn't. And most of the time, it has very little to do with a sexual desire. It has a lot to do with, I can do this to you and you can't stop me. It's a control thing. Fuckers. Several legal experts declined to fault the appeals court. Yeah, thanks, assholes. You're on my list as well. Saying instead that the ruling should be a wake-up call for legislators to update Oklahoma's laws. No, we do not need more laws. We need people to teach their children well. You know, there's a song from back in the 60s that had that line in it. Teach your children well. Teach them to not be sticking their tallywhacker in a passed-out person's mouth. That's just fucking rude. Okay? There's a lot of things you need to be teaching your children, like not doing things that you don't want done to you. Do not do it to someone else unless you wish to have it done to you in the same manner. That would stop an awful lot of shit from going on. Do not take people's stuff if you don't want all of your stuff taken. Dumbass. Michelle Anderson, who is the dean of the Cooney School of Law, who has written extensively about rape law, called the ruling appropriate, but the law archaic. Ah, wow. Good one, Michelle. That's an appropriate ruling, huh? Yeah. This is a call for the legislature to change the statute, which is entirely out of step with what other states have done in this area and what Oklahoma should do. It creates a huge loophole for sexual abuse that makes no sense. No, it does not. It only creates a loophole if you read one into it. If someone is so intoxicated that they cannot consent, then it is forcible rape. Period. Oh, Jennifer Long, who leads the group Equatus, that guides prosecutors in sexual and domestic violence cases, also agreed. Wow. She said the Oklahoma law was an example of a gulf that still exists in some places between the law and evolving notions around consent and sexual agency. They are not fucking evolving notions, dumbass. There's either yes or no. There's either conscious or unconscious. And just because someone is passed out with their mouth open doesn't mean anybody with an erect willy can just drop it in and have a good time. Frickin' people. Jesus, Palomino, where the hell is your brain at? Oklahoma has a separate rape statute that protects victims who were too intoxicated to consent to vaginal or oral intercourse. This is just really, really frustrating for me. Really, really frustrating. Apparently, there are still gaps in the way laws are written that allow some cases to fall through the cracks. No, it only falls through the cracks because y'all are taking advantage of the cracks. Ladies, are you women's lippers by any stretch of the imagination? Because seriously, I'm thinking this is because it did not involve vaginal rape, but an oral violation seems to be one of them. No. Are you the ones that seem to think that you've still got your virginity if you just give a guy a blowjob or let him fuck you up the ass? Seriously? I'm still a virgin. I can't hold my shit anymore. It just, yeah. Once I fart, I shart. But I'm still a virgin. The hymen is still intact. Morons. Morons. In the wake of the ruling, Fu has said that he will push for lawmakers to change the code. Many states have engaged in a broad overhaul of their rape laws in recent years. Part of that is because the mindset. This is the kind of bullshit that allows a lot of this other crap to go on. Next thing you know, pedophilia is going to be a mental disorder. And then it's going to be just a sexual preference. It's the foot in the door shit. You've got the foot in the door. Oh. Got dandruff, some of it itches. This just... Thanks, Grim, for really totally just pissing me off, okay? That's just freaking wrong. I never saw those pictures. I don't want to know about it. Yeah, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah. Yeah. You used your sex organ, you son of a bitch. Frickin' mincing words. I'd like to mince a few things. Oh my goodness. Ay. This is like, Oklahoma, where even the dirt is dumb. Yeah. And yeah. Today, Oklahoma was sucking and Nebraska was blowing too, because that's just the way the wind was going. But, oh my God. Wow. Just so freaking wrong. Assholes. Yes? Moosey, you made it! Thanks, Grim. Yeah, I'll bet you did. Uh-huh. Yeah, slippery slopes, yeah. Once you start down that slippery slope, oh, you know what, Moosey? Agreed, Beth. That's the way I look at it. If you've got a penis, use the men's room. If you have to squat, use the ladies' room. And which reminds me, when my daughter took me out for a concert on my 49th birthday. Yeah, it was my 49th birthday. I got very inebriated. If you identify Moosey, honey, I hate to disagree with you, sweetheart, but you know this whole shit of identify with. I identify as a billionaire, so that means I should be able to just write checks willy-nilly, right? I think this whole bullshit of I identify as. If you identify as something else, wear a fucking sign, okay? I have a real problem with that shit. And if you have a penis, use a men's room. Period. If you don't have one, use a ladies' room. Period. What's the big fucking deal? I don't see what the big deal is with using the restroom that your anatomy is designed for. My first 49th. And, you know, all of these... How does it work for transgender teens in high school, Moosey? And, see, this is a whole nother ball of wax that just makes me freaking insane. Because... I understand that there are people out there that would prefer to be a woman when they're a man. I understand the whole. I know transgender and homosexuality exists. I get that. I have a cousin that died from complications due to AIDS. I understand that whole thing. But you know, it's. Wow, this is a subject that I could really, really piss an awful lot of people off on. And it's like, I don't give a shit what you fucking identify as, okay? Because there's an awful lot of sick people out there that identify as something, and those people go around saying and yeah, should the rest of them, is it fair that the rest of them be painted as pervs just because there are some that are pervs? No, it's not fair. But you know what? Life ain't fair. And yes, predominantly little boys are attacked more by perverted men than they are by perverted women. Predominantly. But what the fuck? There are just so much. It's like, really? Seriously? We have to start making fucking exceptions now for this kind of shit? It just makes me crazy. It really does. And seriously, I'm crazy already. So let's go off the fucking deep end, okay? There you go, Graham. You identify as a monkey, so you should be able to fling shit at people. Go right ahead. Because, you know, everybody else I identify as. Yeah, that's true. Everything sucks. And you cannot stop a perv from going in there when your granddaughter is in there either. Or when your grandson is in there. So, yeah, it's like, oh my Lord, I'm just... What the hell is... See, that's this whole I'm special, I'm a special little cupcake bullshit. You know, if you want to be a transgender or whatever, whatever. If you're going to go, okay, let me get my thoughts together here. If you are a tranny and you wish to dress and act as the opposite persuasion, that is your business, okay? That's all well and good. Once you start doing this whole, I'm a transsexual, and therefore you should make it to where I can do. When you start making everyone else have to bend to your will, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. I If you want to be a transsexual and you want to use a ladies' room and nobody is there you go, UK Oliver. Yeah, there you go. I could agree with that. I just I just have a real problem with all of this bullshit of I am a such and such and therefore the rest of society must make concessions for me. Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. I am a crazy lady that gets on the fucking radio and pisses people off occasionally, so the rest of society should make concessions for me. How does that sound? Now I need to just find somebody that will go out there and say, she's a crazy radio lady that pisses people off on the radio, so the rest of society should make concessions for her. I just have a real problem with that whole I think this way, therefore society should bend to my way. I have a problem with that. Yeah, see, everything sucks. That pretty much, yeah. It just really. Everybody wants people to get them, to understand them, and that's fine. I get it. Hi, Vince. I know you're late. You're late. You're late for a very important date. Um, but yeah, it is. It's the special. I'm a special little cupcake, and everyone else should make concessions for me. I'm a delicate flower. God damn it. It's like this bullshit of I don't care if you're gay. So long as you're consenting adults, I don't care. But when you start fucking parading up and down public streets in your goddamn G-strings and your thongs, and then you get in front, you get right in, because children love parades. That's just a thing. Kids and parades, And I have seen enough fucking pictures of people out there having these goddamn gay day parades. I don't give a shit if you're gay. Go ahead and be gay. Be happy. Why in the hell did you screw with the word gay anyway? I like that word. I actually went to school with a girl named Gay, and she changed when that started becoming associated with being homosexual. She actually started using her middle name. Just saying. But if you're gay, whatever. But you have these fucking gay day parades and you're parading around in a goddamn G-string and shaking your junk in little kids' faces. I'm sorry, but to me, that means you just lost the need to keep your junk. Because if you're going to shake your junk in my face, and I don't want you shaking your junk in my face, trust me, darling, your junk will not be attached for long. It will quite literally be junk. It will be trash. Either that, or you may go turtle without wanting to, and you may get to go fuck yourself because I'll shove it up your ass. So, if you want to be gay, fine. I don't care. I happen to know some people that I really don't think it is a choice. I really don't. I think some people are just plain born that way. And I don't care so long as what you're doing is with someone consenting. But do not be fucking forcing this shit on children and this crap in the school districts of, showing children, mandating these goddamn books that children need to be accepting. Children need to do this. Children in fucking kindergarten, excuse me? Whatever happened to children having a childhood? Huh? What the hell's wrong with a child having a childhood? What the hell is this bullshit of demanding that children need to think about this shit? As far as I'm concerned, when you start pushing that agenda, you start making it to where kids have to read these books or have to be exposed to this kind of shit in the school district. What you are doing is you are training them to be compliant when a pedophile attacks them. That's what you're doing, you sick motherfuckers. Period. That's my idea on that shit. Children should not be dealing with that shit at that age. Sorry. No, don't take your kids to San Fran or New Orleans. And idiot parents that take their children to those goddamn parades are just frickin' idiot parents. But this... I'm queer. We're queer and we're here. BFD. I don't care. I don't care if you're queer. Just keep it away from the youngins. Okay? Because if they are not of the age of consent, which reminds me of another thing that Grammy posted earlier that I'm going to have to go back to my pocket to because I'm really, really pissed and I need to do something to unpiss myself because I didn't pee myself, but I'm pissed because it's like, God damn it. This fucking shit. All this. People may think I'm a Puritan in this little thing, but I think all of this bullshit is just a way to make it acceptable so that when they start with this whole pedophile bullshit, it's like, well, you accepted that. Slippery slope. Slippery slope. Thank you, UK Oliver. I'm along those. I need to go back to my pocket because Grimmy shared something earlier, and I think I put it in my pocket. There it is. There it is. This is from the denverchannel.com. Fucking creepers. You want to be a creeper? Go be a creeper somewhere else. And, you know, to me, the people that are forcing this on us, and it is forcing it on us, when you're saying you have to accept this, I don't have to accept shit. I really don't. Someone wants to give me charity, I don't have to accept it. Someone wants to give me $1 million, I don't have to accept it. Someone wants to give me up the old chocolate whiz way, I don't have to accept it. I don't have to accept anything I don't want. Period. And I am an adult. Children cannot make that distinction. And this pretty much, you know, they're a little bit on the ambiguous side when it comes to the age of consent. You'll get where I'm coming from when I read this. Mother convicted of giving a 19-year-old son a pot brownie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when they turn 18, they have to register for the draft. At 18, they're old enough to drive. At 18, they're old enough to pick up a gun and go somewhere, God knows where, and shoot at someone that until they get on that playing field, if you will, has never done anything to them. They're old enough at 18 to die or kill for God and country. And yet at 19, a mom gets convicted because she gave her 19-year-old son a pot brownie. So they're old enough to die, they're old enough to kill, but they're not old enough to have a brownie that's got a weed in it. Fuck me running. Fort Collins, Colorado, a jury found a Fort Collins mother guilty of distributing marijuana after police say her 19-year-old son jumped from a third-floor window after eating a pot brownie that she gave him. Now, it does not say what else this child consumed anywhere in this article, although maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Let me finish reading it, and then I'll Then I'll go off on a deep end again. Austin Essig was seriously injured when he plunged to the ground on the night of April 14th, 2015 at the apartment complex at 1050 Hobbit Street. Hobbit Street. I wonder if he had furry toes. Essig's mother, Julianne Jablonski, was arrested on a misdemeanor charge of providing marijuana to an underage person and a felony charge of tampering with a witness. Because they got to do something in order to get her to plea bargain. The jury found Jablonski not guilty of tampering with a witness. Police said that Essig had consumed 1 dose of a marijuana brownie on the night of the incident. He soon began feeling the effects of the pot brownie and started acting strangely, police said. Really? Witnesses told police that Essig ran toward the living room window and jumped out of it without hesitation. Police and emergency medical responders found the teen on the ground below the 3rd floor window. Investigators collected the remainder of the marijuana brownie. They sent it to the lab for analysis and determined the levels of THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, and to confirm that those levels corresponded with the brownie's packaging label. A person has to be of age 21 or older to legally use or possess recreational marijuana under Amendment 64, a ballot measure approved by Colorado voters in 2012. And yet, once again, at 18, they can be forced to pick up a gun and go overseas and shoot at or be shot at, or both, at 18. But they can't have a pot brownie till after they turn 21. It's a fucked up world. By the way, I've had a taste of those pot brownies. Been a while, about a year ago. Someone brought one home and they broke off a quarter and let me try it, and it's like, it wasn't even that good of a brownie. It really wasn't. I was not impressed. No buzz whatsoever. And seriously, I'm one of those one token done kind of people. You know? I can get a contact high just from being around people and pass out. So, it doesn't take much for me. And it didn't do doodly shit. Now, what I was saying earlier. What else did this child consume? How much alcohol was in his bloodstream? Remembering back to when I was 18, 19, 20, you know, those crazy bulletproof years where I'm young, dumb, and no, I wasn't full of cum because I didn't pass out so that someone could drop their schlong in my mouth and go, it wasn't rape, her mouth was open. Fuckers. Wow. I want to know what else this child was taking. I want to know what else he was doing. And I want to know who fucking dared him and when the phrase, hold my beer, watch this, was uttered. Because I'm thinking sometime during that evening, that phrase, hold my beer, watch this, was uttered. I'm thinking it was. And I'm thinking this is one of those, that demon weed, the evils of marijuana. You take one bite of a pot brownie and you're going to start wandering around the room crazy and then jump out of windows. You may think you're Superman. No, no, no. Unless it's fucking laced with something else. No, I call bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Besides the fact that the brownies are not that good. I know, rascal. Oh, what's this? Raise the kids to grab their ankles? I don't think so. Oh, the one from no, I wasn't thinking about that one, Grimmy, because there's going to be an awful lot of Grimmy says something about if it's the one from the Target pedo. No. There are creepers out there. There just fucking are. There have been creepers in society since society. Period. And there have been ways of dealing with creepers in society. But now you can't do that because I'm a special little flower. I'm a special little cupcake. You must make concessions for me because you're a sexist or you're a ist of some kind and I'm a special little flower. What's this? Oh, sustainable development. Yeah, kiss my ass. Um, yes, everything sucks. We are very close to that. Ugh. No, Java Doctor, you cannot have people healing themselves. And you cannot have them consuming brownies because brownies are ever so good for you if they're properly made. If you use applesauce, oh, they are the bomb. But I've made chocolate applesauce brownies and oh my God, they're really good. And not nearly so much fat. But yeah, that whole shit of the mother being convicted, frickin' 19 years old. I'm thinking they should have changed the goddamn age on that shit. If you're old enough to pick up a gun and go to war, you're old enough to eat a fucking pot brownie. That's all there is to it. Sorry for all the... No, I'm not sorry for all the F-bombs, damn it. Just really chapped my ass. Have to go find me some Vaseline. Nope, that's a petroleum product. Oh, looky there. Carly Fiorni, whatever the hell. A Christian's bold response to bathroom policy. What's this? Let me see. She gonna go in there with an AK? This was tweeted by Barracuda Brigade. I know, rascal, you love mommy, but you're purring. I don't know. Can people... No, don't be rubbing against the mic, you goofy kitty. People have no sense of humor. Yeah, lo and behold, it's mostly liberals. Yeah, well, liberals actually... You know, for being liberal, they're not very liberal-minded. You ever realize that? Because liberal, we're supposed to be open-thinking kind of people. Liberal people are supposed to be more accepting kind of people. Supposed to be. That's the way the definition used to read. Not so much anymore. Now it's, I'm very open-minded and you must think the way I think because if you don't, you're not very open-minded, you asshole, you. And so I'm going to call you names and I'm going to besmirch you in public and I'm going to harass you into committing suicide or at least feeling really, really bad. Oh, kiss my ass. Oh, it isn't all that difficult to see why women are upset that men are now allowed in the ladies' room at Target stores. Well, you know, I really don't care to have a guy in there. I just don't. It's just freaking creepy. You got your own goddamn bathroom. While everyone is throwing in their 2 cents, a female Christian lawyer's response to the entire debacle is one that is destined for viral status on social media. And I'm going to help her along with the whole 100 people that listen. The Liberty Council's Anita Staver is president of the Theocratic Law Group. She's married to Matt Staver, head of the legal team that defended Kentucky's own Kim Davis. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, this is the county clerk that would not issue government marriage licenses to gay couples applying with her office because of her religious beliefs. Okay, sweetheart, if you don't want to issue those, that is all well and good. Then I think you should step down from your job. Because I really don't give a shit if gay people want to get married. Go ahead. Get married. Get all of the joy that the rest of us get to experience in marriage. And maybe, just maybe, you'll get to go through that fun little thing called divorce as well, and you'll get to experience all the joys that go along with that too. Yeah, go right ahead. Get married. I'm good with it. Now the fight seems to be centered around the Democrats' issues with having gender-segregated bathrooms in public places. You know, it wasn't until the last few years that people even thought of it as being a bad thing that public restrooms were gender segregated. It was not an issue until one of the delicate flowers made it an issue. You get that? Anita Staver has a solution, though, and she boldly announced it on her Twitter account. I'm taking a Glock 45 to the ladies' room. It identifies me as a bodyguard. She's packing. She's a pistol packing mama, let me tell ya. Kick some ass, take some names. Her tweet was posted April 22nd, and it was several days after the Target publicly announced that they allow anyone to use any restroom they feel most comfortable in. Her solution is to bring a gun. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Bring a gun with you. It's okay. Whatever. Just don't go shooting up just because. Just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should. But you know what? I wonder if Target's going to be so publicly minded, so open-minded, so willing to allow this shit when the first lawsuit hits. When the first actual factual case of someone being attacked. Because that's usually when people start going, oh, whoa, wait a minute. That was not, that's the unintended consequences. I'm not saying it's going to happen all of the time. I'm not saying that this made it, well, okay, this might make it more likely to happen. This might increase the odds. I don't know the statistics about all this bullshit. But I do know that once it does happen, and it's going to, y'all know it is, some fucking asshole is going to assault someone in a bathroom, and it's either gonna get tried to be pushed under the rug, or it's gonna blow up in everybody's faces. Those are the only two options here. It'll either get thrown under the rug or blown up. When it does actually happen, if it happens at a Target store, wait for their legal team to come out. I'll bet you that would be in a New York second. With all of this, we did not intend for this. We deny any culpability. Our acquiescence to this panty knotted, knicker knotted, thong knotted, wanny, I'm special, delicate flower bullshit. We did not intend for this to happen. You know what? All kinds of shit happens that was not intended to happen. It's called unintended consequences. Shit happens. And they were going, I had all kinds of people when I still had World Truth. I had all kinds of people telling me, you can't have a censor-free site because if you do, there'll be naked pictures everywhere and people will be doing this and people will be doing that. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. I mean, yeah, Marcos was always posting nudie shots. And if they got a little bit on the very tasteless side, or to the point where, and there were a couple of them that he put on there that it was like, dude, seriously, you want to post porn? Go to a porn site. You want to post tasteful nudity? That does not mean a girl giving a guy a blowjob. That's not tasteful nudity, hun. That's porn. That is photographing people in the sex act. That is porn. My books. And a lot of people's books. But, you want to, whatever. But that doesn't mean everybody's going to go, Kilimanjaro, I can do whatever I want. That is not what anarchy means. Anarchy is not total chaos. Anarchy is taking rulership over yourself, which means taking responsibility for your words and deeds as well. It's not just, I am my own ruler. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, you can do whatever you want until you get called out on it or caught at it. And then you got to deal with the repercussions of what everybody else whom you fucked over or did something that was not totally cool to, when they get to do what they want, which is get some payback on you. So, yeah. This whole shit is going to blow up. It really is. And this is taking that whole fucking Agenda 21 mindset to the extreme. Yes, Beth, I do think some of these unintended consequences are intended. But they're going to say they're unintended. Oh, are you done? Everything sucks? Are you going to Betty Bye? Because I know I'm still streaming. Although, I am just about out of time. So, y'all have been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair, and wee-haw, did I really lose one of my rockers tonight. Kind of went off deep end a couple times. Thanks, y'all, for listening. This is Grammy Mary here on RLM Radio and the RLM Spreaker channel. Also, I really needed to copy those, Grim. Oh, what are those two things called? Those other two channels that Grim has us on. Where's that at? I know it's here somewhere. I scrolled all the way back just so I could find it. Chocolate cake. Where'd you put it, Grim? I'm finding it. Just oh God, Meisterbrow, you had a mullet? Oh Jesus God, I'm sorry. I don't remember what they were. I hate when that happens. Okay, there's two other channels that I'm on as well. I'll write them down so I'm not a total spazinoid next time. Oh, well, y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your evening. I will be back Friday, Freaker Friday, by the way, for my Freaker Friday edition. But before I come on, I do believe Vins, I hope you're going to be feeling up to it. We will have Vins and Flash, and This Is No Time for Rational Thinking at noon Central Time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern Time and 7 o'clock Denmark time. I will be back Friday.